now, the number of reported rapes in Columbia is the highest it's ever been. You may remember we started looking into the problem in the East Campus neighborhood in 2014 when a suspect committed suicide after allegedly attacking women in the area. The concern of many college women and men living on East Campus, it's too dark. The current lighting structure was put in around the 1940s and has not been updated since. Tonight, in a special report, I'm revisiting the issue.
The taxi driver stopped to get me, and a man came and he started trying to attack me.
Abby Jensen describes the night she no longer felt safe living on East Campus.
I was scared for sure. I couldn't sleep that night. I've definitely had a lot of sleepless nights on East Campus.
Jensen is not the only resident that feels this way.
Sexual assaults, burglaries, break-ins.
Her friend Sarah Sprick does too, enough to do something about it. You'll remember I met with Sprick in 2014 after someone reportedly tried to break into her house.
Our front door, the window was just smashed through. I have sorority sisters who live down the street. Their house has been broken into multiple times.
The difference between attacks on East Campus versus other places is a direct correlation with the lighting.
With the goal of slowing the crime, Sprick started a petition asking the city of Columbia for more lighting in the East Campus neighborhood. Right now, it has almost 1,300 signatures.
She's literally requesting for the lighting levels throughout the entire neighborhood to be increased. And so from a water and light standpoint, that's very unique to us.
But not every East Campus resident is in favor of brightening up the neighborhood. I talked to one resident who said he's satisfied with the lighting levels. I also spoke with a rental property owner who said his residents haven't complained, but said he'd be willing to hear the concerns in the name of safety. This doesn't exactly help the cause for more lighting because in order to make a change,
when someone from an existing neighborhood wants a street light added, they need to check in with their neighbors, get some buy-in, make sure that their neighbors are okay with the street light being added.
Water and Light is reaching out to different kinds of residents in East Campus: students, homeowners, property owners, and those in the Homeowners Association. These groups will come together for an interested parties meeting.
I'm not sure if we're even going to be able to get some form of consensus on what type of project would even need to be done.
And if they can agree on some sort of project, Water and Light will bring it to the council and ask for appropriations for this year or next year's fiscal budget.
And could be expensive.
Any idea on a price?
I really can't give a guesstimate on the price, and I always feel pretty safe wherever I am throughout Columbia. So a lot of that might be perception versus a reality type of thing.
But how does crime stack up in the area? In the last 6 months, in these blocks, 5% of the city's 911 calls for burglary happened, 6% of calls for robberies, and more than 3% of calls for assaults. City crime stats say violent crime is up. There were 82 reported rapes in 2015. 5 years ago, there were 32, and it's steadily climbed.
Not only is it a dark neighborhood, but we don't see a lot of police over here.
But what police department is supposed to respond to East Campus calls? I spoke with MUPD, who says,
just because someone's an MU student does not mean that we respond to that area. That's not to say that we would not help someone out or maybe driving through the area, but for routine patrol, we would not be in the East Campus area.
I also reached out to Columbia Police on a regular basis for 3 weeks in hopes of speaking with an officer who patrols the area. I was told no one would be available to speak with me. I sent the department a list of questions, but the only thing a spokesperson would tell me is that 6 patrol officers and a sergeant are scheduled to look over the area. The girls say Columbia Police spoke with them at their sorority houses about East Campus.
They gave us a bunch of tips on how to be safe, how to drink responsibly, basically because they're understaffed and don't have enough police to patrol all these areas.
They seem to be like, this is how it doesn't happen to you. Like, you'll be safe if you do this.
Jensen says if the city can't add more lights right now, then she wants more police out.
Only guarantee is that they will be on the lookout, making sure to be not be reactive, but be preventative.
Water and Light, along with other city organizations, investigated a complaint about the lighting levels on East Campus in 2014. They found it to be lit to an adequate level. That same year, I tested the lighting levels and found East Campus was darker than some other Columbia neighborhoods.